The napkin was sitting under his whiskey glass. He almost didn't notice it. It looked like every other white napkin in every other bar on a normal Tuesday night. But when he lifted his drink, he saw writing on it. Small letters. Neat. Rushed. The guy at the end of the bar has been watching you for 40 minutes. He showed me a photo on his phone. He asked when your shift ended. I think you're in danger. Don't react. Just listen. Keanu's hand stopped halfway to his mouth. He didn't turn his head. He looked at the mirror behind the bar, third stool from the end. A man in a dark jacket, staring straight at him. The copper room was exactly the kind of bar Keanu liked. Dark, quiet, soft jazz playing, no TVs, no loud crowds, just people slowly drinking and keeping their thoughts to themselves. It was on a small side street in West L.A. Leather booths, wood walls, rows of bottles behind a bar that looked like it had been there since the 1970s. Keanu came here when he wanted to disappear, when the world felt too loud and he needed quiet. Tonight was one of those nights. He had just finished a 17-hour shoot, fight scenes, wire work, stunt practice. His body hurt, his head felt empty and tired. All he wanted was a drink, some silence, and then to go home. He dressed to blend in, an old Dodgers cap, thick glasses he didn't actually need, a scarf pulled up over the bottom of his face, a worn jacket. In the low light, he looked like any other tired person looking for a little peace and a glass of whiskey. The bartender was new. He didn't recognize her. Young, maybe late 20s, dark hair pulled back, plain black t-shirt. She worked fast and clean without wasting a single move. When Keanu sat down, she walked over with a small smile. "Good evening. What can I get you?" "Whiskey, straight, whatever you recommend." She grabbed a bottle of Bullet, poured a small glass and set it in front of him on a white napkin. "Let me know if you need anything else." "Thanks." She moved down the bar to help someone else. Keanu took a sip, felt the burn in his chest. His shoulders slowly relaxed. The bar was only about a quarter full. A few couples in booths, a few people sitting alone, low voices, Miles Davis playing softly in the background. He was halfway through his drink when he noticed the bartender looking at him, not in an obvious way, just quick glances while she worked, like she thought she recognized him but wasn't sure. Keanu knew that look. It was the moment when someone's brain connected his face to his name. Usually people came over, asked for a photo, an autograph. Sometimes they were polite, sometimes they weren't. He waited for her to say something. She didn't. She kept wiping the bar, making drinks, still stealing those quick looks. 20 minutes went by. Keanu ordered another whiskey. She poured it, set it down. Same white napkin, same quiet, professional distance. He started to relax. Maybe she really didn't recognize him. Maybe he had actually blended in. Then it happened. When she placed the second drink in front of him, there was writing on the napkin, small, careful letters, 3 short lines. "The guy at the end of the bar has been watching you for 40 minutes. He showed me a photo on his phone. He asked when your shift ended. I think you're in danger. Don't react, just listen." Keanu's whole body locked up. He forced himself to lift the glass, to take a normal, slow sip, not to turn around, not to show anything on his face. He looked into the mirror behind the bar, the mirror that showed the whole room. Third stool from the end, a man in a dark jacket, early 30s, short military-style haircut. The man was staring straight at Keanu's back. When their eyes met in the mirror, the man didn't look away. He just kept staring. Keanu felt cold run through his body. This wasn't new. He had dealt with stalkers before, fans who became obsessed, people who crossed lines. Normally, security handled it. But tonight he was alone. No guards, no protection. Just him and a bar full of strangers. The bartender came back to his spot. She wiped the bar near his glass and spoke quietly, without looking at him. "When I bring your check, there will be another note," she said. "Read it and follow it exactly." "I've dealt with this before." She moved away before he could respond. Keanu sat very still. His hand wanted to shake. He forced it steady. In the mirror, the man at the end of the bar shifted, reached into his jacket. Keanu tensed. Was he going for a weapon? No, just a phone. The man was typing something. Keanu's own phone buzzed in his pocket. Instagram notification, message from an account he didn't recognize. Against his better judgment, he checked it. The message was a photo of him sitting at this bar, taken 15 minutes ago. Below the photo, "I know who you are." Keanu's blood went cold. Another message, "We need to talk, don't leave." He looked up. The man was watching him, waiting for acknowledgement. Keanu didn't give it. The bartender returned, placed a check face down on the bar. "Whenever you're ready. No rush." Keanu waited until she walked away, then flipped the check over. On the back, more careful handwriting. "When you finish your drink, go to the bathroom. It's down the hall past the kitchen. There's a back door that leads to the alley. My car is there. Silver Honda. Engine running, doors unlocked. Get in the back seat, lay flat. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Do not go out the front. Do not confront him. Just trust me. Keanu read it twice. This was insane. Following a stranger's instructions, getting in their car. Everything about this screamed bad idea. But his gut said the bartender was trying to help, and his gut also said the man at the end of the bar was a real threat. He finished his whiskey in one swallow, stood up, left cash on the bar, twice what he owed. Then he walked toward the foyer, restrooms, down a dim hallway, past the kitchen entrance. The bathroom was at the end, but before it was an unmarked door, a fire exit. He pushed it open. Cool night air, narrow alley, dumpsters, and a silver Honda with its engine running, lights off. Keanu didn't hesitate. He opened the back door, climbed in, lay flat on the back seat. His heart pounded. 2 minutes felt like 20. Then the driver's door opened. The bartender slid in. She didn't look back. Stay down. We're going to drive for 10 minutes, then we'll talk. She put the car in gear and pulled out of the alley. Keanu stayed flat on the back seat, staring at the ceiling. His mind raced with questions. Who was the man at the bar? How did the bartender know he was dangerous? Where were they going? 10 minutes of driving. Turns, stops, accelerations. Finally, the car stopped. The engine cut off. Okay, you can sit up now. Keanu sat up carefully. They were in an empty parking lot, office building, dark, deserted. The bartender turned to face him. In better light, he could see she was younger than he'd thought, maybe 26, tired eyes, scar on her left cheek. I'm sorry for the cloak and dagger stuff, she said, but I needed to get you out of there. Who was that guy? I don't know his name, but I know the type. What type? She hesitated. Can I see your phone? Keanu handed it over. She opened Instagram, found the message from the unknown account, read it. Her face went dark. Yeah, that's what I thought. What? He's not just a fan. Look at his account. She turned the phone so Keanu could see. The account was private. Profile picture was a photo of Keanu from a movie premiere. The bio said, John's #1. We're connected. He knows. She scrolled through the profile's following list. Hundreds of accounts, all Keanu fan pages, all obsessive. This guy thinks he has a relationship with you, she said. He's not just looking for an autograph, he's looking for connection, validation. And when people like this don't get it, they escalate. How do you know this? She handed his phone back. Because I used to work security. Dignitary protection. I've seen this pattern before. Someone fixates on a celebrity, starts following them, showing up places, convincing themselves they're meant to be together or that they're friends or whatever delusion they've built. And you think this guy is dangerous? I think he followed you to a bar, sat there for 40 minutes building up courage, then started messaging you. That's stalking behavior, and it escalates. Keanu felt cold. What would have happened if I'd left through the front? Best case? He approaches you, makes a scene, scares you? Worst case? She didn't finish the sentence, didn't need to. They sat in silence. Thank you, Keanu said finally, for the warning, for getting me out. Don't thank me yet. We need to figure out what to do next. Call the police? And tell them what? Guy sat in a bar looking at you? Sent you Instagram messages? Unless he makes a direct threat, they can't do anything. So what then? You need to take this seriously. Hire security, change your routines. Don't go places alone. Keanu nodded slowly. Can I ask you something? Sure. How did you recognize me? I was wearing a hat, glasses, scarf. She smiled slightly. I didn't, not at first. But you have a tell. A tell? When you drink whiskey, you hold the glass with both hands like you're warming it. I've seen you do it in movies, documentaries. It's distinctive. Keanu looked at his hands. He did do that. Never noticed. That's observant. It's my job. Was my job. I'm trained to notice things. Why are you bartending if you did security? Her expression closed off. That's a long story. I've got time. You just saved me from a stalker. Least I can do is listen. She studied him for a long moment, then sighed. I worked for a private security firm. High level. We protected CEOs, diplomats, celebrities. Was good at it. What happened? There was an incident. Client was attacked. I stopped it, disarmed the attacker, did everything right, except the attacker got hurt badly. He sued. My company settled, let me go, said I was a liability. That's not fair. No, but it's reality. After that, no other firm would hire me. Too much risk. So I went back to bartending. Did it during college. Figured I could do it again. You're overqualified. Yeah, but bills don't care about qualifications. Keanu was quiet for a moment. What's your name? Sarah Mitchell. Sarah, I owe you a debt. You saw danger and acted. Most people wouldn't have. Most people aren't trained to spot threats. Still, thank you, she nodded. You should probably call someone. Let them know where you are. People might be worried. Keanu pulled out his phone, called his assistant, explained the situation briefly. Location, safety, everything fine. After he hung up, Sarah started the car. I'm going to drive. You home. Or to your assistant. Wherever you need to go. You don't have to. I do because that guy might still be looking for you, and I need to make sure you get somewhere safe. They drove in silence for a while. Then Keanu asked, The bar. Will you get in trouble for leaving? Probably, but it's worth it. I'll talk to your boss. Explain. You don't have to do that. I want to. Sarah glanced at him in the rearview mirror. You're not what I expected. What did you expect? I don't know. Hollywood celebrity, entitled, self-centered. You're just normal. Disappointing? Refreshing. They pulled up to Keanu's house 40 minutes later. He'd had Sarah drop him around the corner, a safety precaution. Before he got out, he turned to her. Can I have your number in case I need security advice? She hesitated, then wrote it on a piece of paper. Call any time. I will. And Sarah, if you lose your job over this, let me know. I'll make it right. I'll be fine. But Keanu could tell she wasn't sure. The next day, Keanu called the copper room, asked for the manager, explained what happened, how Sarah had recognized a threat and acted. The manager was apologetic. She abandoned her post. I had to let her go. She saved me from a stalker. I understand, but I have a business to run. I can't have employees leaving mid-shift. Keanu tried to argue. The manager wouldn't budge. After hanging up, Keanu sat thinking. Sarah had lost her job protecting him. That wasn't acceptable. He called his business manager. I need to hire someone, personal security, someone good, someone I can trust. I can send you a list of firms. No firms. I want to hire someone specific. Sarah Mitchell. She used to work for... He rattled off the company name Sarah had mentioned. I'll look into it. 2 days later, his manager called back. I found her. She's got an interesting file. Excellent record. Then one incident where she stopped an attack on a client. Attacker got hurt. Lawsuit. Settlement. She was terminated. And the security community thinks she did the right thing. But companies won't hire her because of liability. It's unfortunate. Can we hire her? As what? Personal security. For me. She's never done celebrity protection. She protected me 2 nights ago. Did it perfectly. I trust her. If you're sure. I'm sure? Keanu called Sarah that afternoon. Hi, it's Keanu from the other night. Oh, hi. Is everything okay? Yes, I wanted to ask you something. I need to hire personal security. Someone who knows what they're doing. Someone I can trust. Interested? Silence on the other end. Sarah? Are you serious? Completely. I got fired from security. No firm will touch me. You're not working for a firm. You're working for me. I don't have celebrity protection experience. You protected me perfectly. That's all the experience I need. I don't know what to say. Say yes, then we can discuss salary and start date. More. Silence, then. Yes, okay, yes. Good. Can you meet tomorrow? We'll work out details. They met at a coffee shop. Sarah brought a resume. Keanu barely looked at it. I don't need your resume. I need you to do what you did at the bar. See threats, act on them, keep me safe. That's it? That's it? What's the pay? Keanu named a figure that made Sarah's eyes go wide. That's 3 times what I made before. You're worth it. How do you know? You barely know me. I know you risked your job to help a stranger. I know you stayed calm under pressure. I know you got me out safely. That's enough. Sarah blinked back tears. When do I start? How's Monday? I'll be there. Over the following months, Sarah became indispensable. She planned routes, vetted venues, screened crowds, identified threats before they materialized. But more than that, she became a friend, someone Keanu trusted completely. They talked during long drives about life, about loss, about what mattered. Sarah told him about growing up in foster care, about fighting to make something of herself, about the incident that ended her career and how devastated she'd been. Keanu told her about his own struggles, about loss and loneliness, about the weight of fame. They understood each other. 6 months after hiring her, Keanu asked, Do you ever think about that night, at the bar? Sometimes. Why? I think about what would have happened if you hadn't acted, if you'd just ignored the guy. I couldn't ignore it. Once I saw the pattern, I had to act. Most people wouldn't have. They'd have convinced themselves it wasn't their problem. I'm not most people. No, you're not. They drove in comfortable silence. Can I tell you something? Sarah asked. Always? That night changed my life. I was working a dead-end job, no future, no hope. Then I helped you, and you helped me back. Gave me a career, purpose. I'm grateful. You earned it. Maybe, but you gave me the chance. 1 year after the bar incident, they got word that the stalker had been arrested in a separate incident, threatening another celebrity. He was getting help now, court-ordered therapy. Think he'll be okay? Sarah asked when they heard the news. I hope so, for his sake and everyone else's. You're not angry at him? Angry? No, he's sick. He needs help. I'm just glad he's getting it. That was Keanu, always seeing humanity, even in people who scared him. 2 years later, Sarah had built a full security team, trained them herself. They protected Keanu and several other clients. She was successful, respected. Everything she'd lost, she'd rebuilt. One evening, she and Keanu sat in his kitchen after a long day. Remember when I was just a bartender who handed you a napkin? She asked. I remember thinking you were crazy, getting in a stranger's car. You trusted your gut. My gut said you were trying to help. Were you scared? Terrified, but more scared of the alternative. Sarah smiled. Good. Instincts. Good bartender. Former bartender. Best bartender I ever met. They sat quietly. Friends, colleagues, two people whose lives had intersected at exactly the right moment, all because Sarah had seen danger and decided to act, all because she'd written a note on a napkin and risked everything to help a stranger. Thank you, Keanu said quietly. For what? For seeing me that night, not the celebrity, just a person in danger. That's all you've ever been to me. Just a person who happened to need help. Best help I ever got. Best job I ever had. They raised their coffee cups in a silent toast.